All right, thank you. Good evening. We are the Thistle and Heather Highland dancers. We're out of North Riverside, Illinois, at the Caledonia Senior Living and Memory Care Facility. The next dance that the girls will be doing for you is called the Chanteuse, and most of our dances have a history behind them. They're not just like random dances, but they are historically based. The next one is it's a tribute kind of to our relationship with that country below us, England. We didn't always get along that great, and so at times there was contentious situations, right? And this reflects at a time where England was in charge and told us we couldn't do anything Scottish. We weren't allowed to dance, we weren't allowed to play bagpipes, we weren't allowed to wear our beloved tartan. So this dance depicts the first couple steps are wearing those dreaded trews, all those horrible trousers. You can't move with them and all that kind of thing. Then that act is repealed, and the dancers are going to clap, noting to the piper to pick it up a little bit, and then they've shaken off those trousers. So literally translated, chanteuse is shaking of the trousers. They've shaken off those horrible trousers, and they are now in their beloved kilts, and they're going to let them swing. So this is the chanteuse. Kids. I was just going to say audience participation, and I've lost some of the little kids. Is there anybody out there that wants to learn how to do some dancing? Do we have any ready to dance yet? No one's interested yet. We'll do some audience participation, so stick around. All right, Nance, we need a half tullock. All right, I'm going to bring out 4 of the dancers. Now they're going to do a group dance. Our dancers compete across the country and internationally as well. And then we actually had some competing this last weekend in Hawaii. So we've been kind of all over the place. This is one of the few group dances that we actually compete in. This is the half tullock with the stress band. Half tullock is a story about the wonderful weather in Scotland and how nice and cold and rainy it is, opposite of what we're having right now. And often the parishioners would meet outside the church waiting for the pastor to show up to turn on the oil stove and get it all heated up, but it was cold waiting out there, so they would do this dance to stay warm while they were waiting for the pastor. The half tullock. All right, the next dance the girls are going to do for you is the barracks. We'll go to the barracks, Johnny. As I mentioned earlier, if you were here, most of our dancing is rooted in military calisthenics. But of course, in order to have a military, you have to recruit them, right? So this would be a recruitment dance. So you can just imagine, like outside the recruitment office, they would do this and people would go, oh, that looks like fun. Let's join the military and possibly get killed. Doesn't make sense at all, but this was definitely a recruitment dance. Wilt thou go to the barracks, Johnny? All right, would you join the military now? Come on. Yep, no, there it goes. Scott's joined up. All right, we're joined today by our piper, Scott McCauley. He's with the Midlothian Scottish Pipe Band. That's going to be performing later on this evening as well. All right, I'm going to bring out another military-based dance. This one is called the sword dance. And when you see them walk out, it kind of makes sense. The sword is going to be crossed on the floor, and they're going to dance around it and address the sword initially, and then they're going to dance over it. The idea behind it is that if you were to touch the sword, you would lose the battle that day. So it's a prediction dance. Now, mind you, they'd be doing this in the grass, maybe with some rocks they'd have to work around. They typically not on a bouncy stage, linoleum floor, things like that. So the girls, like I said, will address it and then bounce over it. Again, you will see them clap midway through. That's to tell the piper to speed it up. We've got this where you got a little more challenge and pick up the pace a little bit more and do a quick time. So this is a sword dance. I don't know if the Bears, we'll see. Do they play today? Let's see. Do they play? They're playing right now? Oh, they won. Okay, so we can't even count on the Bears for this one. And I'm not wishing another loss on the White Sox. right, looks like we're gonna have some wins today. There is quite a bounce on that stage though, isn't there? All right, Laddie, the Highland Laddie is next. Now, we have several dances that we call Highland dances, and those are ones that are done in the kilt, in this traditional costume, which I'll have the dancers come out. You'll see the kilt is flat in the front. That's done on purpose, and then if they turn around, you see all the pleats in the back, right? Well, the kilt is flat in the front because the kilts throughout Scotland, our tartans identify what family we belong to. So you want to have that flat in the front so they can see all the colors, make sure they know where the crisscrosses are, and identify the family correctly. We also dance with our knees typically out to the side most of the time so that we can keep that plate in the front flat. So that's part of the kilted costume. We also have then the Argyle socks, and those are wool, and they typically coincide with the kilt pattern. I don't know how they come up with those crisscrosses, but it's really kind of a neat little science on that front. Now, you'll see today that the girls all have on velvet jackets. We have the option of the velvet jacket with the silver braid and buttons, or we do have sometimes, we can have a vest on if it's a little bit warmer out or something, so that depending on the interest of the dancers and honestly what we have available, they'll have either a jacket or a vest on. So the girls are going to do for you one of the national dances, which is usually done in more of the feminine costume, but this one is done for some reason in the male costume, which is this costume. So this is the Highland Laddie. All right. Yes. All right, stick around. We have one more, and then we're going to do some audience participation. So if you want to get up and try this right after this dance, stick around, okay? So hold on to those donuts. You'll have to trust your parents with them for a few minutes while you come up and dance after this one. But I'm going to bring Zara up, and she's going to do the Earl of Errol. I try to come up with a story for each one of these. And this one, I don't know if there's really a story other than if you watch things like Downton Abbey and Outlander and things like that, you know that throughout the UK we have all these crazy names for people, earls and knights and all that kind of thing. So